Welcome back to my channel Criminology and Forensic Science, where science meets crime. Why do people commit crimes? Is it because of poverty, mental illness, or just personal choice? According to one of the most influential theories in criminology, the answer may be far simpler. Crime is learned, just like any other behavior. Welcome to the world of differential association theory, a groundbreaking explanation of criminal behavior that focuses on social learning, peer influence, and the environments we grow up in. Let's explore how this theory redefined the study of crime. Differential association theory was developed by Edwin Sutherland, one of the most respected criminologists of the 20th century. Introduced in the 1930s and refined in 1947, the theory challenges the idea that crime is caused solely by biological or psychological defects. Instead, Sutherland argued that criminal behavior is learned through interaction with others, specifically through communication within intimate social groups. Just as we learn how to speak a language or follow social customs, we can also learn how to commit crime. This revolutionary idea shifted the focus of criminology from internal traits to social influences and cultural transmission. The central claim of differential association theory is that criminal behavior is not inherited, it is learned. Sutherland emphasized that people are not born criminals. Instead, they acquire criminal motives, techniques, and rationalizations from the people they associate with most closely, such as family members, friends, or peers. Learning occurs through direct interaction, where individuals are exposed to values and behaviors that are either favorable or unfavorable to breaking the law. If a person is surrounded by more definitions that favor violating the law than those that oppose it, they are more likely to become involved in crime. This learning process includes how to commit specific crimes, how to justify them, and how to neutralize guilt or shame. Sutherland presented his theory in the form of 9 key propositions, each of which helps explain how and why criminal behavior is learned. Some of the most important are: criminal behavior is learned in interaction with other persons. The principal part of the learning occurs within intimate personal groups. Learning includes techniques of committing the crime as well as the motives, drives, rationalizations, and attitudes. A person becomes delinquent because of an excess of definition favorable to the violation of law over definitions unfavorable to the violation of law. These propositions establish that quantity, frequency, duration, and intensity of exposure to criminal values determine whether someone will adopt them. The more frequently someone hears criminal definitions and the stronger their bond with the source, the more likely they are to internalize and act on those values. Differential association theory has powerful implications for understanding real-life crime patterns. For example, gang involvement is a clear case where young individuals, often from disadvantaged backgrounds, are immersed in environments that reward violence, theft, and rebellion. Over time, they adopt the group norms, learning both the mechanics of crime and justifications behind it. Similarly, white-collar crimes often occur in corporate cultures where unethical practices are normalized. Employees learn from supervisors or peers that bending the rules is part of doing business, and over time they adopt those behaviors as acceptable. This theory also helps explain why crime tends to run in families or neighborhoods, not because of genetics but because of learned behavior passed from one generation or peer group to the next. Despite its influence, differential association theory has its critics. One major criticism is that it doesn't fully explain why some people exposed to criminal influences don't become criminals, or why others who lack exposure still commit crimes. It also overlooks individual personality traits, mental health issues, and biological factors that may predispose someone to deviance. Moreover, the theory assumes that people passively absorb definitions from their environment, but in reality, individuals may actively reject or resist criminal values even when they are exposed to them. Nevertheless, the theory remains a cornerstone in sociological criminology, especially because of its emphasis on learning and environment. Even decades after Sutherland introduced it, differential association theory continues to be relevant in both academic and practical criminology. It laid the foundation for later social learning theories and inspired research into peer influence, subcultures, and gang dynamics. Law enforcement agencies and youth intervention programs often rely on theory's logic that changing peer association can help prevent criminal behavior. In the modern digital age, the theory is even being re-examined through the lens of online communities and radicalization, where people can learn criminal or extremist behavior through virtual social groups. This shows that Sutherland's idea that crime is learned, not born, still shapes how we approach crime prevention today. Edwin Sutherland shows us that crime isn't just something people do, it's something people learn, just like language, values, or habits. Crime can be taught, repeated, and passed along unless that cycle is interrupted. Understanding differential association theory reminds us of the power of environment, relationship, and the influence of those closest to us. When we change the conversation around someone, we might just change their future. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, subscribe for more forensic and criminological insights, and comment below. Do you believe crime is more learned than chosen? What's your take on this theory?